What does it mean to be radically open to life? What does it mean to be radically open to this moment? Well, it means being the space in which this moment happens. Knowing yourself as the space in which this moment happens. Knowing yourself as the wide open space, the capacity, the clearing in which thoughts can come and go, in which feelings have permission to arise and dissolve, in which sensation, no matter how intense or uncomfortable, is allowed. These are all the waves in the ocean of you. This is what I talk about quite a lot, is the ocean and the waves. It's a beautiful metaphor. What you are is this vast, ever-present, unlimited ocean in which waves of thought, sensation, feeling, sound come and go. And ultimately these waves, they're not separate from you. They're not outside of you. They are movements of you. They are of your very essence. So this is why the invitation is always to turn towards the moment, no matter how difficult this moment seems, or uncomfortable this moment seems, or painful this moment seems. The invitation is to stay with it, to be with it. That's the invitation. It's not a demand, it's not a command, it's not a rule, it's an invitation. Because simply, if we run away from this moment, if we run away from sadness as it arises, if we run away from fear, if we run away from anger, we might just miss something. And this is the possibility that these waves, thoughts, sensations, feelings, even sadness, even fear, we might miss the fact that they are actually intelligent. They're movements of life, they're movements of you. They're not enemies, they're not against you, they're movements of you. They contain all the intelligence of life itself, this universal intelligence that moves planets and grows the flowers and explodes volcanoes and everything is intelligent, everything is sacred, including the most intimate thoughts, feelings, sensations. So in running away from sadness, we might just miss its deeper intelligence. So next time a wave of sadness arises in your experience, or a wave of anger, or a wave of fear, or a wave of confusion, all these very natural movements of life, or even a wave of despair, or some nameless wave, some nameless energy that you don't even understand, you don't have any words for. Okay, so that's what's appearing right now. So let's assume that somehow it's intelligent, somehow it's not against you, somehow it has a home in you, somehow there is enough space in you for this movement. So just for a moment, don't try and figure it all out. Don't try and fix it. Don't try and mentally work out its cause or its solution, or even if its effect. Don't try and analyze it. Don't try and work out all the answers right now. Right now it's the invitation. Now the answers may come, the solutions may come, but where they're more likely to emerge from is from this place of acceptance, from this place of deep rest, from this place of deeply honoring the intelligence of life as it moves. That's, in my experience anyway, that's where the answers eventually come from. That's where the solutions emerge from, is this place where you're no longer at war with life, where you're in touch with this deep intelligence. So the invitation is always to know yourself as the wide open space for all that is appearing right now, the home, the capacity for thoughts, for sensations, for feelings. You are the space in which sadness is arising. You're the space in which fear is arising. You're the space in which confusion is arising. So this is a wonderful insight, because what it actually means is that you're never trapped. You're never confined. The very fact that you can be aware of sadness, for example. The very fact that you can be aware of sadness, you can notice sadness, you can feel sadness, you can see sadness, you can observe sadness. The very fact that you can be aware of sadness shows that who you truly are is not contained within the sadness. You're not trapped within the sadness. You're not held within the sadness. You're not defined by the sadness. If you were trapped within the sadness, you would never be aware of sadness. If who you truly are was confined within the sadness, you would never be aware of sadness. You'd never be able to see sadness. There would never be that space. The very fact that you can be aware of sadness shows that who you truly are is bigger than sadness. You're the capacity for sadness. You're not trapped within sadness. You are not in sadness. In a sense, you could say sadness is in you. Sadness arises in the vastness of you. Same with fear. You're not trapped within fear. You're not defined by fear. You're not confined. The boundaries of fear are not the boundaries of you. You are not in fear. You're not the victim of fear. You are the capacity for fear. You're the space for fear. You're the home. Sometimes I talk about it this way. You're the home for the homeless. You're the home. You're the vast, eternal home for all of these neglected, unloved, unwanted aspects of experience. The pain, the sadness, the frustration, the boredom, the fear, all these parts of ourselves we want to escape or destroy or just kick out. Actually, there's no need to be at war with ourselves in that way when we remember who we truly are, which is the home for thoughts, the home for feelings, the home for sensations, the home for all the images that are arising and dissolving right now, images of the past, images of the future. None of these can define you or contain you. You are the capacity, you're the space for them, you're the vast ocean in which all of these waves are allowed to come and go. So this is the deeper meaning of acceptance. We discover acceptance is who we truly are. It's not something that we do. We don't add acceptance onto our present experience. We simply rest as what we are. We rest as acceptance, as this vast home, which is already allowing thoughts, sensations, feelings to come and go. What we are is allowing itself. Allowing is not something that we do. It's what we are. But even if right now, thoughts are coming in, thoughts are saying, well, this moment is not okay, and this shouldn't be here, and that shouldn't be happening, and this pain shouldn't be here, and this sadness shouldn't be here, and I should be feeling better now. I should be feeling more peaceful right now. I should be feeling more enlightened. I should. Even if that activity is happening, even if thought is very active right now, the very fact that you can notice that you can notice activity, that you can notice thought, suggests that who you truly are is not caught up within that. Who you truly are is not trapped within thought. Who you truly are is not in thought. Thought is appearing in you. What you are is much bigger than thought. What you are is vast. You are the home for thought. So there's even enough room in you for thought. In a way, we're only ever being shown how much room there is. It's one way of saying it. The very fact that you can be aware of thought shows there's already enough room for thought. The very fact that you can be aware of sensation, feeling, suggests there's already enough room. Even if there's a huge wave of fear, there's obviously already enough room for this. This is really something to meditate upon. This is really something to sit with. There is already enough room. There is already enough room for this. There is already enough room for this. Even if, as I said, even if thought is judging and trying to push this away and push that away, and if thought is trying to get to the next moment, and thought is planning and remembering and trying to change the past and trying to change the future, okay, let's not make that into the enemy. Let's just remember ourselves as the capacity for that, the home for that. That too. So we don't have to become this space. This space is what we are. We don't have to achieve this. This isn't a special achievement. This isn't the old dream of enlightenment, which was, I am going to become enlightened, or I am going to become awakened, or I am going to lose the I, or I am going to lose the ego. That's the mind's version of awakening. It's always about me traveling towards some place of awakening. So that's the old myth of awakening. So the question is not how do I become awakened? The real question is, what is already awake? Right here, right now, in this moment, what is already awake? What is already allowing thoughts, sensations, feelings? That is who I truly am. So what I would say is true meditation is really just getting in touch with that place, that space, that home, remembering the home. It's not traveling to home, it's remembering the home that you are. So there's always enough space in this home. This is a vast, this is an unspeakably vast home. Even if right now there's a feeling of not being vast, even if right now there's a feeling of contraction, confusion, frustration, despair, even if right now there's a feeling of limitation, notice that there's even enough space for that. Even the feeling of limitation is not rejected. Even the feeling of limitation can't limit you. What you are is never limited, even by a feeling of limitation, because what you are is already providing the space for even that feeling. So what you are, again, can't be confined to that, because it's holding that. It's bigger than that. It's vast. In a way, we're just discovering how vast we are and how vast we have always been. All suffering, psychological suffering, you can really boil down to some kind of forgetting of our true nature, forgetting of the vastness of ourselves, and identifying as some limited, separate entity. Identifying with one of these forms that appears, identifying with a limited thought, identifying with a limited sensation, identify with a limited feeling. All these appearances are, compared to the vastness, the unlimited vastness of you, seem small and limited. They're not threats, though, to your unlimited nature. They are held in your unlimited nature.